Hey, Slusher, how you do, Buckaroos? And how the heck are you, man? I don't know what's going on. My stuff was just glitching big time tonight. I can't figure out why. First, it said I had no internet when the internet was going. Anyways, I digress. It's always when I'm trying to do it fast, man. So I think are you? And happy National Cocktail Day. It is National Cocktail Day. So I got home from work and tried to whip up two cocktails really fast and then get it set up on this thing, and that turned out to be more difficult than I thought it was going to be. And anyways, I digress. Let me get this one poured. So here's what I did with this one, and I was kind of channeling. Yeah, I wanted to do a slightly, just slightly upper scale version of a Greyhound, because I had some fresh grapefruit. Oh, that is delicious. I call it the pampered pooch. So the Greyhound, you see. So Greyhound is vodka and grapefruit juice. It's that simple. But so what I did with this one though is I used some good vodka. I have, let's see, where did I put it here? No, I brought it out here. No, I'm not seeing it. My golly, where'd my vodka go? Anyways, you see it. Damn, I just had it right here. Now I can't find the damn bottle. I used a Fascist Tears vodka from Republic Restoratives. So I've got about 2.5 ounces of the vodka, and then I used about an ounce of freshly squeezed grapefruit juice, and about a half ounce of some candied orange liqueur from Tiakada, local distillery to me. So yeah, so just a slightly elevated version of a Greyhound. I wanted it to be light and refreshing, but I wanted a coupe cocktail, right? I didn't want to do a highball. So I wanted the spirit to be the same. I wanted to keep the same ingredients. Because my wife had some good grapefruits in there, I squeezed about an ounce of fresh grapefruit juice in here. And then I also have grapefruit bitters. So I added grapefruit bitters to the mess. And it is delicious. I got to tell you, man. So you had to quickly get home and whoop up two cocktails. It was just easier. I said, okay, I just need these need to be very quick 3 ingredient cocktails. So anyway, happy National Cocktail Day if you celebrate such things, and I don't know why you wouldn't. Uh, well, it is good. I'm not a big grapefruit guy, but I wanted to try this. I added the candied orange to just add a little something to it, add a little bit of sweetness. I didn't want to put it simple in here. But I wanted one more something, right? I wanted that other ingredient to again kind of help elevate it a little bit. Wow, that's tastier than I thought it was going to be. If you want to know the truth, that is something I could drink a lot of. Be a nice aperitif cocktail, that before dinner cocktail. I swear I brought that vodka out here and I don't see it anywhere. I forgot what I did with it. Oh, there it is. I laid it over here. Fascist Tears from Republic Restoratives. It's a very nicely done 80 proof vodka. I love this vodka. All the products from Republic Restoratives are rather outstanding. Republic Restoratives out of Washington, D.C. Set that down now. Oh, mercy. I did pound this one down a little quicker than I thought I was going to. The first alcohol of the day, man. And it was a day. It's only Tuesday, but it just felt like a long week. I started recovering from last week, I guess. And I'm working. an extra shift this week, so I'm gonna be dying by the end of the week. That is just good though, man. Use whatever vodka you like, right? I use this one because it's what I had handy. But I have a couple other products from Republic Restoratives. I have a bourbon and a rye, and both of those products are incredible as well. So if you can find anything from Republic Restoratives, I recommend them highly. They are not available in my neck of the woods. I had to order them and have them shipped to me. Oh gosh, that is good. All right, so let me wrap up this cocktail. Let me move my grapefruit so to make this easier to drink. Ah, Sláinte. Oh, I was rushing to get this thing on, and then I was having some technical difficulties. I kept saying I lost my internet, but everything else was working, so I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. It seemed like Facebook was glitching as I was trying to send it out there. Anyway, Sláinte, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to step off camera for a second, and I'll be right back with the second cocktail. All right, I'm back. Did you miss me? Like a rat. Anyways, okay, so here's what I got here. This one, I was using the Manhattan as a template, but I am out of sweet vermouth, so I could make an actual Manhattan, but I didn't really want to anyway. I just want to take the idea, make kind of a spring themed cocktail, and I used, but I wanted to go with rye, again, channeling the Manhattan. Oh my God, that's delicious. That's good, man. So I did have some of this left. This was given to me a while back, and I'm kind of working through some open bottles. So I decided to use this Whistle Pig Piggyback 100% rye whiskey, small batch, aged 6 years at 96.56 proof. So I used that. I used a little bit, I used about an ounce of Grand Marnier and then about an ounce of some ginger liqueur from Rocktown Distillery. And then I got some candied mandarins as the garnish in there. And I did just a couple drops of some lemon bitters. Just to brighten it up a little bit. Boy, it's good. It's really good. Jim, I hadn't seen you in a while. Hope if you're still with me, you're still with me, buddy. Good to hear from you. Trying to set this where I can see it, but everything's been moved on here. Oh, wasn't necessarily a long day at work. I mean, it wasn't a long shift anyway. It's just I've been tired. It felt like last week was a long week, and I never quite recovered. And then I know this week's going to be a long week, so maybe I'm just psyching myself out. I tweaked up my good knee. Well, actually, my good knee is now my former bad knee. Once I had that a full knee replacement done in 23, my left knee's perfect now. But I moved wrong and really did something to my right knee. So And every time I think I've got it better, I do something to it again. I just twist the wrong way or just stand on it too long, and it starts hurting again. This is really good, though. I got to be honest with you. This is wow. Again, I was kind of I put this together on the fly, so I said, "What do I got here?" So I grabbed the rye, I grabbed the Grand Marnier, and I grabbed the ginger liqueur. So the candied orange liqueur that I used in the last drink, I used that because I was using that as my sweetener. I didn't use it in this one because I was already using the ginger liqueur, which is a little sweet. The Grand Marnier isn't quite as sweet as that candied orange. I wanted to get some of that orange in there, but I didn't want that much sweetness since I was already using another liqueur in there, you see. Oh, and I wanted to get this done for National Cocktail Day before it became, not National Cocktail Day, before it became Wednesday, man. But having done that, I just worked my shift and I haven't ate yet. So I usually come home and fix something to eat first, but I wanted to get this done. So now I've got to finish drinking this so I can get myself something to eat, man, before the liquor hits me. No, but I wanted to do one cocktail, one more aperitif design cocktail and one digestive design cocktail using that rye. That was nice. That rye is just so easy drinking, and it blends perfectly again with that with the Grand Marnier and that ginger liqueur from Rocktown out of Little Rock, Arkansas. That's a whole lot of delicious right there. It wasn't necessarily my intention when I first started becoming a bartender, but I've become kind of the three ingredient guy. Kind of leaned into that. Sometimes I use another ingredient or two, but basically almost everything I do, I use the Manhattan or old fashioned or a martini as a template, and just keep it simple. Because I feel like there's enough bartenders out there trying to complicate the hell out of the cocktails that aren't necessarily benefiting the cocktail. I feel like a lot of folks out there are making it complicated just for the sake of making it complicated. So I try to look at a flavor profile, right? In this case, I was using the rye, the Grand Marnier, and the ginger. So the thought is, well, does orange and ginger work together, Liz? Yes, they do. And orange is going to provide a little sweetness. That ginger liqueur as well, but that ginger will also add a balance it with a little bit of spice. And with the first cocktail, again, I was just channeling the classic grapefruit highball, but I didn't want to do a highball. I wanted kind of an elevated version of. That's why I named it the Pampered Pooch, staying with the dog vibe. Right? So I used the fresh squeezed grapefruit juice. I had I squeezed about an ounce of the pink grapefruit that you saw, and then using the Fascist Tears vodka. Then I felt like I needed a little bit of sweetness in there, just something to kind of break it up a little bit. So I added a little bit of that candied orange liqueur, so that orange with the grapefruit juice, and boy, I really like that one a lot. I'm gonna have to do that one again. I might play around with the portions because I don't want to. I want you to feel the pucker of the grapefruit, But I also want you to taste some of those orange notes, add just a little bit of sweetness to it. I want to make it a classic coupe style cocktail and not a highball, which was kind of the idea. And again, with this one, so using the rye, the ginger liqueur, and the Grand Marnier, which isn't as sweet as that candied orange, part of that also was because I was using those, if you can see them in there, the candied mandarins, which had sugar on them. So that sugar is going to dissolve in your drink, adding just a little sweetness as well. And I don't particularly like a very sweet drink, but I know some do. So you can adjust to your taste, whatever, however you like it. Bottom line, yeah, I like them. I could have came in and made a couple classic cocktails. Just do a martini, and this is one of the rare occasions where I'm out of sweet vermouth. I haven't had a chance to get to a liquor store, and I just used the last of my sweet vermouth about a week ago. So I probably just would have. I could have went with a classic, martini, either vodka or gin, because I have both here. I could have done, again, if I had the sweet vermouth, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to channel classic cocktails, but do something slightly different, and that's what I did here. Uh, and then alcohol just took all my attention away, man. Everything is good now, man. I, I am Tom the Whiskey Whisperer, Whiskey Evangelist, prolific whiskey drinker, purveyor of wisdom, and all around good guy. Wow, that really is delicious. Sláinte and happy National Cocktail Day, y'all.